I'm so proud of it. She's so beautiful. First piece of art I've ever created that you can tell what it is.
Hi, welcome back to Compassionate Arts Post for Peace and Justice 30-minute tutorials. And this week, my name is Carrillo Corser. I am teaching with this lovely family here, my neighbors, because we're still separated. Christy, Hendrik, and Brina. 3 ages and 3 artists. So we are going to talk about how the imagination can help you feel better, how it can make you heal, how it can make you relax, lessen your stress. Studies show that actually painting or taking photographs or anything that's creative in your heart and in your focus can help lower your blood pressure and actually make you feel better. And I have real experience with this. I had ovarian cancer 20 years ago, and I had been a photographer for PBS for 10 years, and I went back and got my master's in fine art after doing art for a while, because I learned myself how art can make a difference. So I want to just show you a few things, because a lot of people say, I'm not an artist, or as my neighbor Christy says, she doesn't feel that comfortable, and my son said the same thing, but she's very creative. I've seen her house and I've seen her yard and I've seen her and so we're going to encourage her and her daughter to paint an easy angel today. And then Hendrik is going to paint on this box. It's just a cardboard box, but it's a really, it's actually something I ordered in the mail and came in it, and we're recycling it. And he's going to do finger painting or sponge painting, whichever you want to do. And then his mommy can store his artwork in here and have it for the future. And that can help him imagine his favorite place or imagine what colors make him feel better. And so I have a couple of examples to show you. So this is one of my students, Sergio Sanchez Marino, and he painted this for me. It was a gift, but it's a really good example of imagining your favorite relaxing place. Maybe it's a garden. I love the garden and I love flowers. So that's one idea. And boys this was done with a teenager, and so if you can think of words that might go on your artwork today that would help you remember to help yourself when you're afraid or stressed or angry, or even if you don't feel well, love yourself. It's a really good message, and we often need reminders of that. The other side of this is just a piece of wood that I found outside in Minnesota when we had a workshop there. I walked out and there was all these pieces of wood, and on this side it kind of looks like a book. I made it look like a book. It says, "Where flowers bloom, so does hope." And so easy flowers. We might have our artists here, after they draw their angels, they might want to draw flowers. What do you think? and so your materials, just we have some finger paints here with Hendrik, and we have some acrylic paints, but you can use watercolors or anything else. And the easels, Brina, show your easel. These are just dollar store easels from the dollar store, or you can get them from Michael's too for about the same price, a little more, but so that's what Brina and Christy are going to paint on 8 by 10, and I want to encourage you, even if you don't feel like you can draw something perfectly, to look at artists. This is a famous artist, Kandinsky, and he just used shapes and color. Shapes and color can make it can really make you feel better. It can make you feel more relaxed and take your mind off worry.
Somebody said nature conserves energy. Would that be okay for words?
That would be wonderful for words. Thank you for that. Hundertwasser is an Austrian artist, if you don't know him. His art is very strange, but I wanted you to see that it doesn't have to be an exact image. You can just use colors and shapes to make yourself feel better, and imagination. So let's get to making art. What do you think? So the first thing we're going to do is, shall we start, Hendrik, on doing some art first and then do the angel?
I think he'll just kind of go at his own pace here.
So Hendrik, can you show your sponges, because they're really different shapes? And that,
show her all the shapes you have. What shape is this? Triangle. Which one is this?
so a star, a square, a round, and a triangle. So did you know that most art can be broken down into shapes? So I have these little angels that I made, that I showed last week. They're resilience angels. This one has a little mirror so that you can remind yourself that you have resilience inside yourself. And then today we're going to do an angel with their eyes closed, because a lot of people, that's one of the mistakes they make, is they think they have to draw perfectly. And if you draw an eye, remember how I was talking about shapes? If you just draw a line like this, and then a little round bottom part to it, if you can keep a little bit of light in it, like you can put a little white spot in it, it's like a sparkle in the eye. So first I want you to draw the face of your angel. Now if you want, you can use this as a round face, or you can just draw an oval. So let me show you. So oops, I drew it upside down. So there's a little oval, and I'm going to draw a neck so I know which. Can you see that? So
most art can be broken down into shapes. That sounds like a puzzle. Can we look at a piece of art and find the shapes in?
Very good. So one of our viewers is saying most art can be broken down into shapes, which is very true. So why don't you both either draw a circle with this, with a lid, or an oval?
Okay. You can do that.
And you know what? If you don't like the circle later, you can make it into an oval.
Okay. So,
but I would do it toward the top, because you're going to make wings, remember?
Oh, yeah.
So do it sort of the top and in the middle. There you
Draw
go.
lightly.
And you're using pencils. You can use a black pen after that if you want to, so it shows up more.
Not even painted. Henrik, you can do yours. Start doing your shapes.
Yeah. Did it? Okay.
Start doing your shapes.
Brina, if you want to use a pen after that so people can see what you're doing.
Okay.
And there's Henrik. Oh, look at that beautiful color. Wow. Very cool.
Wow.
Do more. You can do different colors with that.
Okay, so we got our circle. So now you want to try drawing the eyes. I like to draw the eyes first just because it's so easy and fun. So I draw eyes closed by like this. You see that? Very good. Very good. Let's see, Brina, Christy's got her eyes done. Very good. Okay. So now here's a question. Do you want the eyes completely closed, or would you like them to look down?
I'll probably have mine closed.
Closed, okay. How about you?
I like this, what we have going on.
Okay, so Christy said she likes it like this, which is, she's looking down. The face is looking down. Stop me if I move too fast. Okay, so I'm going to make the eye sort of right here. And then when you paint it, leave a little white spot on it so that it's kind of like a sparkle in the eye. You see that? Can you do that? Okay, good, good, good. That's perfect.
That'll be my sparkle, my mistake.
So then a nose, a really easy nose. People make a mistake of trying to put too many lines in their nose. So a really simple nose that's kind of cool is just a half circle. Can you do that?
This is 2 eyes.
This is 2 eyes. That's your eyes. Those look beautiful,
Very
Henry.
good, yeah.
Good job, Henry.
Very nice. You guys are doing a great job. So then the mouth. Now, if you want, you can draw a mouth. I like cartoons a lot, so I draw a mouth. I start in the middle, underneath, perfectly in the middle of the nose, and draw a little, what would you say, a wavy circle, like that. Start underneath the nose and do it.
From Compassion Arts, loving the colorful fabric in the background. What's the story there?
We'll talk about the silks. That's a great idea. That's very nice. How's your mouth, Brina?
Oh, you're done with
Very good. Okay. So here's a question. Is your mouth closed or open?
closed.
Yeah, I think mine will be
I like
close
close.
too.
Okay, so then you can leave it like that.
Oh, that's cute.
Or you can do a mouth like this. She's singing. Kind of.
Mine's a quiet angel.
Quiet angel. Okay, so Christy, why don't you and Brina, why don't you put a neck on her?
I think that's
Looks good, Nina.
thank you.
Your mouth is so pretty over there.
Thank you. Those is 2.
Fine, Nina. Oh, mine didn't go down like yours.
So I drew another one just so I could have some room on my page to show you how to draw the wings. Now, so when I drew the wings on her, see, you don't need the whole wing, right? That's another mistake people make. They think that they have to draw the whole arm or the whole wing or the whole face. Actually, it's more interesting sometimes just to show part of something, right?
Yeah.
So, do you want wings on your angel?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, so do you want hair on your angel?
Yes.
What kind of hair? Do you want straight hair, curly hair? This angel has straight hair.
Whatever's easier to paint.
I like curly hair because
Holly.
I
The little texture.
it's because it's textures, yeah, and it's kind of fun.
Yeah.
But
I'll do Holly.
most of my life I tried to straighten my hair, and now I like it curly, so that's really nice.
Yeah.
Okay. We'll do curly hair.
So curly hair. Okay, so you can start at the top. Do you want a part on your hair?
Yes.
Sure.
So just put your pencil on the top. Like, see how I did this?
Oh, yeah.
And just start curving it. There you go.
Dude.
Okay. So normally our hair doesn't cover our face, so you might want to have curls outside.
Yeah, we'll do.
So why don't you go ahead and draw some curls? So, because when you put the wings on, you're gonna need to know where the hair is gonna be, right?
How do we draw curls?
So,
The non-artist
so here. So she's like a crazy girl.
Okay. And we're just going to do some...
You can draw ears if you want.
No, we're not doing ears.
And once you get the hair done,
I don't know.
I like crazy curls.
So it asks, I love the combo of an angel and symbols in the corner. Is that collage?
Yes, it is. Very good question. So we actually have some stickers. Those are from Dollar Store, and there's stickers. There's like a Native American. There's this one's Planet Resilience. So there's the time and the heart, and these are just stickers. And then I put a coat of gold over it.
You did. That's beautiful, Henrik.
That is beautiful.
That is make no color.
I made a new color.
You
You're
did,
right.
a new color, yes.
Wow.
So then you might want to do shoulders a little bit, right?
Oh, her hair's covering her shoulder.
That's okay.
Yeah, same.
That's okay. So make a neckline. Just make a little half curve. Like, remember how we talked about shapes? Make a curve. Yep, there you go. Very nice. She's looking really good. And then maybe make just another half curve on the shoulders. There you go. Very nice. Keep going. Make
Down?
Yeah, all the way down.
Oh.
There you go.
And what?
You can go out the side or oh, look at those colors, boy.
Yeah, it's fun.
It's
Beautiful.
beautiful. Yeah. So you know, and if you want to have things like a button,
Make a new one over here.
you can do that. If you want to have a frilly collar, you can do
I
that.
like the frilly. I'll do some frilly match your curls.
Frilly curls, frilly. You're doing a great job, both of you. Okay, so now let's talk about the wings. So on this one, see how the wings, I just did like a very simple curvy line? I mean, if you think of wings are an extension of the person, you don't want them straight, do you? They're more interesting to be coming out of her shoulder like that. Can you draw that? There you go. She's got big wings. So that's kind of like the rib cage of the wing, right?
Yeah.
The rib of the wing. And so, you know how we were talking about shapes? So what shape would you say the feathers are on here?
Well, teardrop. Half an oval.
Teardrops, half oval. Yep.
Yeah.
So you think you can draw some of those on your wings, upside down?
Yeah, maybe we should do it this way.
You could do that.
Might be
Oh,
easier
there
for
you
me.
go. There's a book called Drawing on the Right Side of the Brain, and actually they tell you to turn your art upside down.
Oh, look at that.
And mix. And look.
Oh, very, very
These
And
bigger.
good,
it's
Henrik.
pink. And he's pink.
That is beautiful
Wow.
color, very color.
And rainbows. Oh my goodness. All the colors. All the colors
Yeah.
going on in there.
Which color makes you happy? Which one makes you happy?
It's one more red.
There's one more. Well, you can use them again.
Yes.
I don't know what I'm doing, but
You're doing a great job.
And you're getting bigger and.
Well, feathers are often not the same size, right? So make some big and some little.
and blue and green.
And if you think about it, maybe if she were flying away, the ones on the bottom might be smaller than the ones at the top, or the ones on the bottom might be longer. If you look at bird wings, often the bottom ones are longer.
Okay.
So you're doing perfect, Christy.
Isn't it great when your mistakes end up being.
That's what I like about art, when things are mistakes and they still look pretty cool.
And rainbow again.
Brittany saying hello, Aunt Kara. Brittany Carrillo Corser.
Oh, hi, Brittany.
It's definitely easier to do them upside down.
So here we have
Oh, yours are cute, Nina.
a wild angel,
How long do I do
and
this?
they're making the wings by making these oval shapes on a rib. So I kind of got her hair over her wings, but that's okay. We can paint it later. So everything in this art project is broken down into shapes because even though there are professional artists that are watching this, hopefully, sometimes if you're working with children or your grandchildren or your children in the schools or adults who aren't like my daughter, who is a wonderful creative person, but she gets intimidated when it comes to art, and so does my son, and they're both in business. and sometimes that business analytical mind makes you not trust your own creativity, even though they both take fabulous photos and photography is an art form, right? You can start with a photograph and then do art of any kind. But today we're doing kind of a crazy angel. We can even put a little halo on her if we want to. On this one, I did a halo like they have in a lot of the Renaissance paintings. They just have a halo like this. Are you going to put a halo around yours, you think?
Yeah, why not? You wanna do
So
that?
you can do a halo like this, Christy?
Okay,
Or you can do a halo like that. Which
like
would
that
you
one.
like?
the big one. I like
Okay.
that one.
Some people, that's beautiful. Some people say that they see auras. You know what an aura is?
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of like your color, your image, your sort of your spiritual
Energy.
Thank you, Deanne. And so another thing that you might want to think about is, do you want eyebrows or do you want the eyelid of your eye?
Oh, bless me. No, excuse me.
Okay.
I like mine just
All right. Are we ready to start painting?
maybe. Oh, maybe actually I like this. Maybe I'll do that.
Renaissance, is that what inspired your angels, Kira, from Compassionate Arts on
that's
the
a good
Oscar?
question. I would say that I've studied the Renaissance and the studied a lot of art history over the years, and probably that whole texture, and I don't know if you can see the texture. There's all kinds of texture in this, and I put a coat of gold over it, light wash of gold, which they can do, and that's something that kind of makes you feel like it's Renaissance period too. So so let's start with painting the face first. I don't know where the
Yeah, do more.
Cap
You can
went
do
for
the
this.
whole thing. Do it everywhere.
So we're using paper plates for our paint, like this,
Palette.
for the palette, and then turn this around so you can see. Oh, there it is. And then if you look at this face, it doesn't have to be like a perfect face. I mean, there's a little bit of smudging which makes shadow, you know. So you can do that if you want to. Just a little bit of color in the cheeks. So for the face, choose what skin tone you'd like.
We're gonna do the skin tone first. Or are
Yeah,
we
I
gonna-
would usually, if you start in the middle, which is the face, it's easier because you might have less of a chance of smudging it.
Okay.
Henrik, can I help you do your box? Should we make a big flower?
Yeah.
How about a leaf? Like that. Woo, that's a pretty leaf. Whoa. Good color. You want another flower? How about we put another flower right here? Is that okay? So I'm doing this to show you how it's really magnificent. He's got fabulous colors here. You want to draw a flower here?
Somebody said that working from the center and going to the outside, less chance of smudging. Good advice. That was Henrik's idea.
Yeah.
So what's this?
That is a really good idea because a lot of times
I mixed the yellow and the pink to just kind of make it.
yellow and pink, that's a good flesh
Skin.
tone.
And I'm
Flesh
kind of
tone
leaving
color.
it a little, like I'm not rubbing it in too much or mixing it too much, so it's kind of, I don't know, just there's a little pink, there's a little yellow. It's not perfectly mixed, which I like.
Oh, my old friend Rebecca is watching. Hello. So, do we want a different kind of flower? Why you want to help me make a flower? Put some paint on this. Can you do that?
Oh no!
So you said they also look like they have the Spanish influence on the
Oh.
angels.
Well, my grandmother was from Colombia, so maybe there is some Spanish in me. Oh, very good. So turn it this way. There's your flower. Very good. Look at his flower. How pretty is
Henrik,
that?
That's beautiful.
Good job, Henrik.
Yeah. Can you put some green on here, please? Okay.
Just
He
green.
likes that green. Shall we make a stem? You want to do it? There's a little stem. How pretty is that? These are gorgeous colors. We want some more green on there? What are you going to put? Oh, he wants red and orange. Oh, we got a lot of colors there. You want to put a flower here?
Okay.
Right there?
Her
Oh.
face for the skin tone.
Got some round flowers. One right there. Oh, beautiful colors. You guys are doing a great job.
What do we do after the skin colored? Are we gonna do
Okay, now we're going to do the hair. Okay.
what I was thinking?
And it's 4:24, so we are doing very well. You might want to use a bigger paintbrush
Yeah,
because you're going to run out of time.
Yeah, probably.
Can I help you?
Yeah.
But your colors are very nice. You know, you might want to just a little bit of water here.
Yeah.
And it's okay if you run over the lines, right?
Yeah.
Brina is a pretty good artist. She gave me some cat. Oh, you know what? You were going to put cats with your angel. Do you still want to do that?
Sure.
Maybe
So
you could
is-
draw it on the shoulder right here, a little kitty cat. Or even on her shirt.
Yeah.
Oh, that would be cool. That's a perfect space for a kitty cat.
Someone's asking if you can use any kind of paint.
Yes, you can use any kind of paint. We're using acrylics just because it's what I have a lot of and I'm used to. But one thing about acrylics is they seem to last a lot longer than watercolor, and they're not as transparent. So it gives you just a difference. Here we go. Good. So one thing that you might want to do is take a little bit of that flesh color and put it in your halo just a bit.
Yeah.
And then take your white, maybe, and put it... You do. Use this brush because I think you'll...
Yeah.
So one thing I'm really glad you brought this up is using a paintbrush that's bigger can be freeing, can make you, it can sort of force you to do bigger strokes. You might want to put some more white in there.
Yeah.
What do you think? And then we could put some gold in there too. Wouldn't that be pretty?
Yeah.
So who was it that asked about the Renaissance? Because the gold is very much kind of the Renaissance era, isn't it? Here's a little gold for you, Christy. And a little gold for you. Where do you want it? Right here?
Yeah. Thank you.
So you might put that in the halo because often the halo. What can I do for you? You want to use one of these? Oh, you want some gold too? Okay. Hand me your palette.
See, please.
There you go. Which one do you want to use for your gold? Or you already have it?
Yeah.
How about I do your corners?
Is it okay to do the halo over where the hair is going, or should I leave that?
I would go over because once you put the hair on it, then it looks like it's coming out of the hair rather than, it just looks better, more natural. So one thing about art that's a lot of people forget is that if your corners are really important, your edges. So I'm going to sort of frame Hendrik's art here by just doing a little sponging on his corners. Where are you going to put the gold? Right there? Oh, beautiful. You're going to put the gold where? Right there?
Someone asked, why are the edges important?
The edges, that's a good question because your edges frame how you see things and how, but more importantly, how you want people to see your work, or how even yourself. Like, you know, when you take a photograph of your family and you put a beautiful frame around it, it holds your attention more. I've been in shows in Washington, D.C. where the work was framed beautifully and people paid much more attention to it than the work, the same kind of work on mat board, just, you know, put up like that. So sometimes it's unfortunate, but that's the way we are sometimes. So do we want, what color hair do you want? Black, brown, blonde,
I'm gonna do
gold,
brown.
brown?
I'm gonna do brown too, just because it can cover up all my mess.
So to make your brown interesting, make sure you mix it with some color, okay? So I'm gonna put your brown between your red and your yellow here, Brina.
Got it. Okay, so we're gonna mix the brown.
So Christy is getting very good at this mixing of her colors. So some people are actually excellent at color. Deanne, I know, is more into color than I'm into color when I paint on silk, but maybe all those years of being a photographer, I look at the form a lot, the shape of things.
Oh, thank you. Want me to hold these for you? Oh, no, we're not gonna put those in the water, but we can put them on the cat. You can get new ones. If you need new ones, you can put them out of here.
So here is our videographer, Deanne. And while they're painting, I can fill you in on what you're seeing in the background. So these are silk paintings. Some of them were done, like this one and this one, were done with refugee children. The post was done with Native Americans across the United States. So this is from Posts for Peace and Justice. This is one of the posts, as you see in between. Several of the posts were done with refugee children. Several are done with Compassionate Arts in Los Angeles and Sacramento, and we've done it in Minnesota, San Diego. Henrik is actually looking around at them now. The turtle was part of Sea Changes that I did with my friend Marjorie Pozzoli, and then the last one is about bullies, and that is from kids in elementary school. So who is painting and creating art at home? So do we have anybody online that's actually trying this right now, or are you watching to do it later? So while you're thinking about that, I'm going to show you Brina's beautiful little angel. She's got the hair going in there. Beautiful. And she has long curly hair, doesn't she? And she's going to draw a kitty on there. Do you want to go ahead and do that, Brina, so we can?
Sure.
Thank you. And then can we show your box?
Yeah.
Hendrik did this beautiful colors.
May I please have more brown?
So here is Hendrik's box, but you know, it's really beautiful the way that the colors mixed. And it's something that he can treasure for a long time. What I would do, maybe when this is dry, is I can spray it, Christy, with like an acrylic clear coat, and that would keep it lasting longer. And of course, can he write his name yet?
He cannot.
With a little help, we can get him to write his name. That is beautiful. So we're going to run out of time before we finish it.
I'm done with my hair.
But I see Robin is on there too, and Robin paints angels beautifully. So hi, Robin and Faye. Black Lives Matter. Is that for the angel? I don't. Oh, that would be actually a really good angel, wouldn't it? To paint angels for a cause of justice. Okay. So we're going back over here to Brina.
Rushing on
So-
so I can do the cat.
So you see, this does take a little bit longer than 30 minutes, but now you have all the tools and all the information, and we also have, like, these are stickers that you can get from the dollar store, and they're actually beautiful stickers. They look like metal with gold on them,
I just had a vision.
and you can do like texture.
Have it.
You can, like we did on the Dream Cubes last week, you can do it 3-dimensional. You can make it fun and have eyeballs. You can put glitter. These are dollar store too. A lot of the things I do with kids, I do dollar store, and even my own work. So, that's looking really beautiful. So Christy is making a darker color around her halo now.
All right.
So what I would do is go back with a small paintbrush and do your details later, and just go ahead and do all your background colors.
Okay.
What color do you think you're going to have your...
I like blues and greens, yellow. Yellow's my favorite color because it's joy. So happy. So I like yellows, blues, uplifting. So maybe.
Okay, well, actually we're out of time.
Oh no!
It's 4:34, 4 minutes, and welcome. Thank you for coming, and I'll see you next Thursday. And don't forget, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, Compassionate Arts Post for Peace and Justice has art tutorials. And next week I'll show you their finished angels, and we can talk more about using your imagination for wellness. Thanks.